Okay, so we just had this little conversation with the Hand of Inheritor, and for the first time in, because I've done 3 previous runs, and I've never managed to have him say he's going to stick around. Usually, he just takes off because he's concerned about the corruption from the hindering crystal stuff that's going through us. But we've managed to convince him to stay this time because Angel and Angel peer pressure is really what it is. Yeah, it's interesting. I was expecting him to fly away. I really was. These are our other little wannabe angels that we collected. Very open. Oh, we've already talked. Can't wait to leave the abyss, even the air fouls. We've already done our talking. Guys. These guys are all related to this angel story. Okay, so Aru. Aru seems confused. Something is wrong. I feel like I've lost something or not. It was Desna who lost me when we descended into the abyss. She had been my invisible protection through all these years, and now I no longer feel a divine helping hand on my soul. What is this gift you've mentioned? You saw it yourself many times. Whenever something threatened my life, the goddess sent her divine butterflies to carry me away. Powers no longer protect me now that I am back in the abyss. He's abandoned you? No, I desperately hope that's not the case. The goddess still wishes me well, I'm sure. It's just that the abyss is so far from Elysium that she either can't see me or can't reach me here. She protected me while I was on Galarian, but now I can only rely on myself and you. Can you still enter your dream realm? Maybe. I think so. She pauses, listening to something deep inside her, and then smiles shyly. Yes, my dreams are still there, and nobody will take them away from me. I see. Try not to put yourself in harm's way anymore, then. You have nothing to fear with me at your side. I know. Thank you. Have you looked at what that table in your dream means? Not yet. I keep going back there to examine it, but it's still just a simple wooden table. Uh, what can it possibly signify? She shrugs. It's a mystery. Perhaps I'll be able to solve it when we get back to Galarian. It's not very easy to dream here in the Abyss. Perhaps we shouldn't get too close to each other. I'm afraid the temptation will be wise. It's my love interest, or trying to be. Watching you. Yeah, she's a stalker. Stalker speaking of. It's a mythic level 2. She has great spells, distracting, shot stuff. More sneak attack damage. Oh, I think for her we wanted to get Sorcerer's Reflex. 2 levels, right? So only level 1 spells. Oh, no, this doesn't really help. Is it 1 level or is it 2 levels? It's 2 levels lower than the maximum spells you can cast, so it would be level 2s at best. So that doesn't. Weapon finesse? No. Critical. Blank. Sneak attack stuff. Thirsty. 2. Three, so I'll get to 4. Okay, so next. Oh, we gotta go find somebody to go to call here. Oh, she still thinks time to reflect. Oh, I thought we'd been long enough. Guess not. Wait a minute. Reflect on the situation. That ends. What happened? You could just spam rest of the rest. Yeah, it's the only thing you can really do for that.
Nenio, I like your tail. Really? But it serves no practical purpose and hinders rather than facilitates my movement. However, I cannot deny that beholding it does bring a certain aesthetic pleasure.
Bit? How many hours? 15 hours. There we go. I've been thinking, and well, you see, I wanted, what I'm trying to say is extremely embarrassed, and ever the Chalet's voice becomes progressively quieter until you can barely hear what she's saying. Relax, now summon your courage and tell me what you wanted to say. It's alright, don't be afraid. Whatever you want to say to me, I won't be mad at you. Stop mumbling and start talking. Relax. Summon your courage and tell me what you wanted to say. I know that. Thanks. After several deep inhales and exhales, Arushale finally pulls herself together and blurts out, I need to go back to my dream, and come with me, please. Look so sweet when you're all shy. We've already been inside your dream several times. Why is it so hard that you talk to it about it all of a sudden? You finally figured out what was to do with the table. I don't have time. No. Look so sweet when you're all shy. Howdy, Arushale looks down. You've already been inside your dream several times. Why is it so hard for you to talk about it all of a sudden? Because now I want to try something new, and I need your help with it. I thought, this is going to sound odd, and I doubt dreams ever work like this, but what if I try to fall asleep inside my dream? To dive deeper into the dream world, what could I find there? What if it's what if that's where the answers to my questions are hidden? What if it's Desna herself, or even me, the real me? Hey, Battle, welcome back. Happy Wednesday. But the problem is, the succubus blushes again, her voice dropping to a barely audible whisper. That's where the nightmares are. Someone will have to guard my sleep. Someone who won't get scared of what it is to be seen there. Someone who knows what kind of monster I used to be and still accepts me. Someone. You know, sleeping isn't the only thing you can do in a dream, in the dream world. Yeah, your kiss won't be deadly, will it? Don't joke like that, please. In the name of all that is good and sacred, don't ever say things like that to me. Even if my kiss won't hurt you in my dream, it could still awaken the monster within me. It could undo all my years of effort and turn me back into a predatory succubus. Of course I'll help. Let's go. Her hot fingers touch your hand, and both of you immediately fall into a dream. Usually's dream is still empty. The faint, smoky smell of burnt dream still lingers in the air. Usually throws a cautious glance into the darkness where her nightmares lurk, but there's nothing to see right now. They're there, I know it, she says in an almost inaudible whisper. She lays her head on your lap as you see the fearfulness in her eyes. They'll come, I know it. Don't let them get me, please. What should I expect? I don't know, I'm too afraid to imagine. This is the world of dreams, the world of my nightmares. Expect anything and everything, just don't be afraid. No, with a scream of terror, Usually pushes you away. Oh, she didn't like that? Oops. Hey, I know you guys. Oh, did I screw it up? I screwed it up, didn't I? Just go away, leave me alone. I fucked it up. Try again. I thought I was being sweet and compassionate and all that other fun stuff. Or else we shouldn't get too close to each other. No. We worked out what it was table controls. Not yet. Going back to examine it. Stuff. Oh, this is where I'm supposed to camp and see what... Right. I refuse to believe it. Nobody can actually be that joyless. Have you ever laughed even once? Regil? I have. 4 times, in fact. See, only Regil would know that. Summon your courage and tell me what you wanted to say. All right, don't be afraid. Whatever you wanted to say to me, I won't be mad at you. Know that. Thank you. You look so sweet when you're all shy. She looks down. I've already been inside your dream several times, but it's so hard for you to talk about it all of a sudden. Because now I know to try something to do, and I need your help with it. I thought blah, blah, blah. Stuff. No, sleeping isn't the only thing. No, don't bring that up. You need someone you can trust. Of course I'll help. Let's go. Gotta love Regil. He's such a little shit. But he's a consistent little shit. Okay, they're here. I know it. Stuff. What should I expect? Stuff. Guard you. Thank you. She closes her eyes and falls asleep instantly. It's the first time you've ever seen her sleeping. Her face is unmarked by sadness, worry, or embarrassment. Sleeping within her dream, Usually seems at peace and completely innocent. Shadow. She's so beautiful, isn't she? You can barely make out the features of the shadow standing before you, a sturdy man in his 40s in a rusty mail shirt. His eyes are 2 gaping holes oozing with pus. More than anything in the world, I love watching her. She knew that, and that's why she took my eyes. Do you believe me? I do. You believe shadows, dreams, demons, nightmares. Your gullibility will be the end of you, as it was the end of me. More and more shadows emerge from the darkness, their bodies deformed and mutilated. Hey, Taco, welcome back. There's true superpower. The shadow. We don't care about you. We are dead. We're not even here. Oh, I tell a lie. We are not part of reality anymore, but now we're right here with you. Shadow points his finger at the sleeping girl's temple, as if taking aim with a crossbow. And this is the place we'll never disappear from. She will not forget me. She won't forget any of us. Won't ever forgive herself for what she did. The head of this monster is a haunted house, and if you are going to be with her, you'll have to share this burden. Guilt, regret, memories. Think hard. Do you really want her and all this baggage? Are all of you her victims? What did she do to you? Congregation of shadows begins to move. Maimed bodies and despair-sickened faces surround you. From every side, you hear a choir of voices listing Arushale's crime. She broke my legs and left me to die of thirst. Made me watch her kill her friends. Desecrated the temple of my deity with my intestines. Mutilated, tortured, burned, violated, drove to madness, murdered. I'll help her forget you all. I'll help her live with these memories. With me, she'll make new memories, one of good deeds and happy days. We will, but we'll spoil those too. A shadow emerges from the crowd. It looks somewhat different from the others. It is a young woman in a loose robe with the sacred symbol of a butterfly on her chest. She looks dark, not like the darkness of despair, but like the night sky. You think back to when Arushale told you her story. You were both standing next to a grave. This must be the priestess whose death prompted Arushale's redemption. After our encounter, after Arushale killed me and then realized how much evil she had wrought throughout her life, she fled to a desolated place. She hoped that being far from humans would help her avoid temptation, but all isolation can do is help her unlearn her evil ways. Who, if not humans, can help her learn kindness and love? Priestess looks at you searchingly, her eyes twinkle like stars. So, this is you whom she chose to be her guide in the world of mortals. I hope she made the right choice. Married the priestess to Arushale buried near Green Gates. At least it is her image that I wear. I am just her memory, bitter, painful, but still bright. I am regret, but I am also hope. On the path that Arushale has taken, I am her sorrowful guiding star. She murdered you. Don't you hate her for that? I became her last crime, and her first step on the path to redemption. The last one she murdered, and the first one she felt sorry for. I am a sorrowful memory, and there is no hatred in me. Of course, I don't wish her any harm. What is your name? Priestess makes an apologetic gesture. How can I tell you something she doesn't know? Your eyes, are you really just her nightmare? She smiles mysteriously. This is the realm of dreams. There is no telling who you may encounter here. How can I help her find redemption? We are her sorrow, her conscience, her cruel companions who tormented her in exile. You can become her happiness. We chase her away from her old crimes, but you should show her what she has never known, neither in the abyss nor in the wastelands. You've done so much for her already. You've shown her friendship, camaraderie, taught her to do great things, but now you've made her dream of something more, something that is both beautiful and deadly. Can you become the one who will show her how to love? If you are not sure you're willing to follow this path all the way through, you had better step back now before you break her heart. I love her and I want to be with her. I will be her friend and her ally, but not her lover. Oh, screw that. Do you love me? She looks up at you, her ruby eyes wide open. Her thin lips part and she moves closer to your face, but forces herself to freeze. Her heart breath burns your cheek. The shadows step aside and vanish into the darkness. The dream dissipates. Last thing you hear is the priestess' voice saying, "Take care of her." Dum dum dum. Destin's a twisted bitch. Making her really try and redeem herself like this was a good way to inflict years of torment on her without killing her or anything like that. You like it because it's weird in kind of vengeful way. The dream has faded away and you are in the real world again. Arushale looks at you, embarrassed, trying to find the right words. Thank you. Thank you for being with me in there. What I said back there in the dream, it's true. I believe you, she smiles timidly, and I want you to know that I also. You are so... Blushing, she drops her eyes. What did you see in your dream? Nothing. I expected to go to another deeper part of the dream world, but I just slept. No dreams at all. I didn't see or hear anything at all. Only at the very end did I hear your voice. But it was the most important thing I have ever I have ever heard. She tries to suppress her smile. I'm gonna go back to the dream world. Perhaps, I don't know yet. There's nothing in there after all. I guess I'll go back when I have a good reason to. Till then, let's live in the real world. Welcome back to reality. Thank you. I think, she looks away, I think I know now why mortals compare the happiest moments of their lives to dreams. Don't. So that's the romance portion of the program with her. Because I've never seen that stuff before, because I've never tried to romance her before.
Watch out for trouble.
Thinking about this as Desna's vengeance for everything Aru did rather than Aru's redemption. You're thinking it's a vengeance instead of redemption? See, Desna is a god of chaos, right? Chaotic good, but she's still a chaotic god. So... would it be vengeance? Yeah, she's the goddess of dreams. Well, dreams are chaotic, though. I know no, what I meant by chaos is a chaotic alignment. She's not the goddess of chaos. She's a chaotic god, as in Iomedae is a lawful god, god of law. Freedom and dreams. Well, freedom is chaos. Freedom and dreams are both chaotic. Might not have come out as the way you intended it to sound. It's okay. But again, Desna is the goddess of dreams. Dreams are very chaotic in their nature, and freedom is definitely chaotic. Freedom leads to chaos. Just like law leads to order. Or order leads to law, whatever. He's redeeming herself, but Desna's vengeance is that she's twisted Aru in such a way as to want redemption. He's twisted Aru in such a way that she has to want redemption. It's an interesting take. To go against her nature this way is actually literally painful. Oh no, I get that part too. Because it's torture. It's torture against what she wants to do. Or what her body and soul is telling her to do. It goes against everything she is. So it's an interesting little story, that's for sure. Like, why did Desna do it? Who is Desna screwing with? I mean, contemplate your redemption after all. What are they supposed to be? Their own nature is to be evil. Oh, but Ren, you're getting ahead of yourself. Ember has talked to Nocticula today. The Queen of Redemption has been planted. The seed of the Queen of Redemption has been planted in Nocticula's mind. So there's more than one demon, actually, that happens to. Walking on corpses, so again, we have to find somebody to take us to stuff. Still don't know where the Den of Sweet Horror is. Many start to contemplate redemption if you're a gold dragon. No, you don't contemplate redemption, you just do it. We don't know when she goes Redeemer Queen, so maybe that process is also painful. Oh, I'm sure it is. Sure it is. Do we need to rest? No, because we just did. Oh, we need to change these things. That up. Unlocked. So, who wants a sun mark? See everybody here. He's not on the list. Okay, so Gimpy, da da da. We don't need Ember. Out. Back in. Oh, you demon, you mean? Other. Many contemplate redemption and fight for you if you're a gold dragon. I don't remember. Oh, went the long way here. There's like a conduit for a powerful Imperial herself, so for talking demons and redeeming themselves is also kind of like a god messing with other beings, yes. Meant to make a rude let's seem less special, gold dragon. No, she is special. Unmarked. So you. Okay, so they're all getting sun marked. Sun marked is for 1 minute per cast level, target's attacks deal an additional 1d6 holy damage per 4 caster levels. The attack striking that creature, blah blah blah. So stuff. So go. Marked. Try sort of holding down. Is this? Oh, that would sort of have an S. Buff from Sela. Progress on conversation.
Does anyone require my counsel?
A bright future awaits us. Did I mess up again?
Yes. I usually do.
The struggles never cease.
Where's Bismuth?
I'm trusting you.
What happened to Bismuth? So annoying when it does that. So it happens that whatever comes of this whole mess might also ultimately be a good aligned succubus, so more success for Desmond. Yeah. Because you leveled and transferred here several times without burden.
I shall not be swayed from my path.
But it should be back. Or maybe it hasn't been. I don't know. I don't know. Run faster, people.
Keep your calm.
You ever go up good or just chaotic neutral? Who?
I must part with everything demonic in me.
I don't know if she hits chaotic good or not.
But Desna, please allow me to keep my lovely, irresistibly beautiful wings.
I think in an evil run, she goes chaotic evil if you take her that route, which I think I've done twice. I think she goes chaotic evil. Their portrait changes. Animals hit like trucks in Starfield. Well, you're not supposed to let them hit
There
you.
are many roads to success.
Okay, so Captain, so-and-so. They're not trucks, they're animals, but they hit like trucks. Sorceress nods to you affably. Blah, blah, blah. Sorceress says, I need to get to Calafir. Can you take me there? Divine expression appears on the sorceress's face. We are quite capable of reaching the destination no matter how long or dangerous the route might be. Starcatcher III never wavers in the face of a challenge. I sincerely hope you've chosen your best companions to go with you because we won't be able to carry more than 6 people. Also, you should take care with your gear. On a long expedition, you can only count on the things you brought with you. For 150,000 gold coins, I can take you to that island in first-class style. Going to Calafir on a noble mission. Maybe you can offer a discount. Succeeded. After some hesitation, the sorceress nods. I believe you. If you really need to go there on an important mission, more important and noble mission, I can lower the price to 100,000. I can't ask for less, for maintaining the ship and crew is no cheap business. Good enough for me. 50,000 we didn't have to pay. In that case, Starcatcher III and her crew are at your disposal. Ship waits for at the mooring pillars, but you don't need to bother yourself by visiting that nasty and unpleasant place. After you're done with all your current business in the Lucian era and are ready to head off, just use this portal. It will drop you right onto the deck of the Starcatcher III. I'm going to sell out like crap. Crap as I thought. Oh, that's right, because I haven't been fighting at all today. We don't have that much stuff to do. So. Only have 800,000 left. I feel poor. Oh, this is the fake Nahedrian crystal. Oh, I think we're good. The ascertain she is in the road. Necessary to find a ship that will transport. Did that. Towards us, you have a long, dangerous job, whatever, because of the opportunity to come, there may be no. Step into the portal. Want to be a lawful neutral commuter chain. Sounds profitable. The route marked on the map connects Alinthea and Calafir with a black line. It is straight and stretch fast, just like the commander himself, determined to catch and slay his enemy, Hepsamira, Baphomet's daughter, at all costs. Starcatcher III easily catches the air current and glides forward. Discipline instilled by the grim sorceress called, whatever her name is, reigns over the ship. Silent and diligent sailors sweep away the tiniest signs of mess on deck with the eagerness of zealous inquisitors. Having apparently decided against a game of hide-and-seek, the hand of the inheritor appears on the deck in the flesh, standing unmoving at the ship's prow like a majestic golden statue. The voyage is only just underway, but the commander and his crew are already facing their first challenge. Having spotted the lone ship, a flock of harpies rises from the coastal rocks, armed with hooked talons and carnivorous grins. They rush forward, squawking. Eerie, harmonious, and enchanting song fills the air. The gazes of some sailors go blank, and as they cast away their lines and walk unsteadily toward the ship's broadside to step into the void, where the sweet-voiced songstresses are waiting for them. The commander decides to. Can't do that one. Evil. No. Intimidate. Chase the harpies off with weapon fire and battle cries. And of course we failed. Why wouldn't we? Because we needed a 9 and rolled a 2. Winged predators skillfully dodge all the arrows fired at them and shower the unfortunate shooters with vile taunts, and then the feasting begins. Sailor grabs their sabers and spread their wings to rise above the deck and repel the enemy, but they cannot match the Harpy's flying prowess, making skillful maneuvers among their enemies. The sweet-voiced predators gut them with their sharp talons, rip their leathery wings, and dig into their vulnerable necks with razor-sharp teeth. A gory feast unfolds in the air, with the blood and entrails raining down on the deck. After the Harpies finally leave the ship, full-bellied, the survivors drop to the deck where they stood. The enchanting Harpy song still echoes in their ears. They will keep hearing it for many days to come, and even as they sleep at night, the song will drive them to derangement. It will be a long, long time before they finally forget its haunting melody. Day 2. Many cultures consider malice and belligerence to be contagious diseases. In the Abyss, one particular place transmits such quarrels in the air like a noxious miasma. This place is Mahara Island, and the ship is flying right over it. Discord sowing whispers fill the thoughts of every crew member. Sailors suddenly begin casting hostile glances at each other, while muted but merciless brawls break out here and there with almost zero provocation. Such is the aura of Mahara Island, the heart of malice and disorder, and cauldron of the affliction known as strife. The captain frowns as she observes the discontented mood reigning on the deck. She retires to her cabin. Just a quarter of an hour later, the situation changes drastically. A strange, eerie apathy falls over the ship's crew. Sailors look at each other with blank eyes, unable to comprehend why they were ready to lunge for each other's throats just a few minutes ago. The uncanny apathy fades away right after me disappears from the horizon, and only then does me return to the deck, looking wan and exhausted. Day 4. Hurricane of enormous proportions rages toward... I think that event goes differently if you have a different captain. A hurricane of enormous... Yes, there's different captains you can have. A hurricane of enormous proportions rages toward the ship, threatening to crush the boat like an eggshell. A whirlwind rips a gaping sailor from the tackle and tears him apart in midair. The winds catch the ship and draw it into a deadly dance. The elemental embrace lasts for hours, days, or maybe months. Within the stormy darkness and the chaos of crashing, salty waves, mere moments seem like an eternity. It feels as if the wild winds have subdued even time itself, twisting it into a bizarre spiral. The commander can barely make out the dark shape of the island called Lear below, offering a chance that the ship might seek refuge there, but what danger might await the vessel on land? Would it be smarter to make a vigilant attempt to drive the ship through the raging elements? The commander landing or orders the ship to stay on course despite the hurricane. Both require rolls to fail. I mean, that's all this really is. Continue on the hurricane. The abyss is filled with vile creatures that threaten the lives of courageous aeronauts. Some of them are sentient, others less so. But while attempting to avoid them all, it is easy to forget about the manifest and cruelest monster of all, the abyss itself. Merciless, destructive, and filled with rage, the ship is buffeted from side to side, only ever a moment away from being reduced to dust before 2 colliding whirlwinds. The commander... Oh, look, an angel thing. Draws upon the inner strength of his faith and evokes the light of heaven. Yes. A flash of blinding light appears in response to the commander's prayer. A glowing spear of pure energy pierces the barriers between the planes and, falling from the heights of the benign spheres, penetrates the darkness of the abyss. The strike burns out the very heart of the hurricane, filling the air with crystalline sparks and killing the monstrous storm. A safe passageway appears through the screeching but dissipating vortex. Was not expecting that. Battered and beaten, the ship barely breaks free of the storm's iron grip. Many sailors have been torn off the rigging by the whirlwinds. A giant crack gapes in the hull, and some particularly damaging gusts have blown away the quarterdeck. Judging by the captain's observations, the hurricane has blown the ship to the far south of the archipelago. The storm-battered vessel requires urgent repairs, and the stock of provisions and drinking water in the hold was not intended to support such an unpleasantly protracted journey. So, even though we did the right thing, the wrong thing happens. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to happen no matter what you do. This happened on our last run, too. Can avoid this? Oh, that's 2 times in a row at least that I haven't. Lookout points to a violet glow on the horizon. The source is a series of glaciers which, thanks to their unique optical properties, reflect light and produce an amethyst glow that is visible from a great distance. This colossal natural beacon of giant purple glaciers erupts from the bowels of the island of Nahindri, home to pirates and slavers. One such horror of an aircraft emerges from the clouds to intercept the commander's ship. Numerous spikes impaled with writhing, flayed bodies decorate the pirate ship, and it looks like the sails are made of the skins of its unfortunate victims. A huge symbol on the sail indicates that the ship belongs to cultist of Dagon, shadowed-out lord of the sea. With bloodthirsty screams, they advance upon the commander's vessel. The hand of the inheritor appears near the commander, ready for the fight. Just don't go into the hurricane, but the island can be just as bad. Because I know I think I've done the island at least once, possibly twice. And it's just as bad as the friggin' hurricane. So, you get screwed, I think, either way. I'm not a big fan of this part of the game. Because there's so much randomness to it that screws you. Chaotic. This is chaotic stuff. Stealth. Oh. Decide they should pretend to be Dagon cultists. Offered to negotiate with the pirates. Yeah, we'll do this one. Commander's ruse easily fools the gullible pirates. After exchanging welcoming shouts with the commander and praising Dagon together, they diligently inspect the deck. However, they find nothing of interest besides Dagon's symbols inscribed with fresh blood. Plus fiercely grinning sailors, apparently eager to die for their god's glory. After exchanging gifts and food with their brothers in faith, the pirates set off toward the horizon. Day 11. Cauliflower is straight ahead, but supplies are running short. But the supplies are running short. The crew plans to replenish them on the forbidden island of Vazglar. Once, Vazglar was quite an important island, covered in the ruins of abandoned cities that had built unimaginable treasures and horrible dangers. But the abyss is ever changing, so now Vazglar lies flooded in the veins of the Nahindrian crystal vein. The veins of Nahindrian crystals hidden in its depths have been depleted at the hands of Ep38's proxies. All the crew can see is a lonely rock that sits out of the water like a huge fang. On its summit, the crew spots a small complex of tombs, and not far from it stands a tiny village by the cliffs. There's several houses that look like pale mushrooms with huge caps and round windows. Residents of these homes are most likely a gaggle of fishermen that live off of Shiar's bounty, and now they must be hiding within, afraid the visitors are after their property and supplies. Search the ruins for signs of treasure. Then the sailors hunting. Sure. Sailors return with a catch that is quite meager, but still better than nothing. They managed to hunt down and kill a predatory amphibian that was hiding in some grotto. Its meat is tough and it reeks horribly, and it is technically edible. But it is technically edible. Stew cooked from the meat and melted fat of the quarry provides to be surprisingly nutritious and satisfying. They reduce everyone's strength, banishing both their sickness and any nagging pain from old scars. Next morning, the uneasy sailors notice a dozen more creatures like the victim of the previous day's hunt. They scale the coastal rocks, climbing closer and closer to the top of the cliff. Without a doubt, they were drawn here by the death of their kin, and their hungry roar makes them turn the ship to the air with utmost haste, because brothers and sisters pissed off. Cauliflower is in sight. Day 14. However, this is not the end of the expedition. Not for the commander. After all, journeys end in a safe port where the fortunate sailors may heal their wounds, quench their thirst, and drink away their loot. Balafir promises nothing of the sort. It is all grim rocks and caves and the horrible creatures lurking within. One such creature notices the ship and takes flight. The beast is an umbral dragon, scarlet eyes sparkling rapaciously, its jaws open hungrily, and the airship seems to be a convenient snack for the monster. So, voice is going. Magic device 38. Ow, that ain't gonna work. Perception. Ow. Gimpy's perception is a little... No, it's not. Oh, wait a minute, I thought it was better than 9. Order the crews to prepare for a fight. That's just ask. I mean, those rolls aren't me. I mean, why do they suddenly change to Gimpy's skills? What happens on the deck after the cannon that cannot be called a fight? It is a massacre. The ship sailors' weapons bounce off the dragon's scales, but its sickle-shaped claws slice through their bodies with ease. The beast tosses the bleeding and screaming chunks of meat into the air, swallowing them with a disgusting purr of satisfaction. Finally, the monster sates its hunger and leaves the battered ship alone. Sounds of the battle carried all over Calafir, alerting anyone curious that visitors had arrived on the island. Finally, the ship touches the ground, and the commander sets foot on the rocky soil. Calafir, Hepsamir. Seriously. Every other time, they're taking the skills of other group members. Why that time do they not? But look, we're here. And look at timing, actually.
I'm up for an adventure.
I will help where I can.
I will prove my worth.
And there goes a bit. Back.
Please, allow me.
Here's the saddle.
You called?
Now I'm confused. Chance for Gimpy to show his quality? Yeah, well, his quality doesn't lie in those particular areas.
Keep your wits about you.
I mean, ask him questions about religion and stuff, and or persuading people and stuff. He's got that covered, but perception and whatever the other one was, not gonna happen. Oh, magic devices and perception. It's fair. Boromir wouldn't have failed you? No, he didn't put a bunch of arrows in him, though. So I'm more curious to why she doesn't have
Struggles
the...
never cease.
She have the saddle thing. There.
I shall not be swayed from my path.
I'll make my own.
I'm prepared. Please, allow me.
No buggy.
Prove my worth.
This method, I've never ever. Well, I've never even. I didn't realize it was so buggy. Anyway, I think what we'll do is take a break right now. It's technically a couple minutes early, but it's running real late anyway. So, figured thinks she has wings, she doesn't need a saddle, obviously. But she's been able to ride them before. That's the confusing part. Do not have all our buffs. Now we have our buffs.
The struggles never cease.
Catch bugs when they're after certain story elements. So pretty busted. Well, it's specifically with bismuth. For some reason, the shaft that. Of course, now we probably just lost bismuth, right?
I'm prepared.
Lost bismuth. Bismuth is only part of the party right in this group to carry shit, to be honest. My logical conclusions, yes. Anyway, like I said, I'm going to take a break. When we come back, we'll get switched over to view group 10, Treasure of the Midnight Isles. So, going to get up, stretch some legs, get some water, that kind of thing. Be back in a few minutes. Thank you all very much for watching. Happy Wednesday. Enjoy the dog video.